A lot of you guys know that trading is a really big part of Krunker. Most of the content made on YouTube for Krunker is about trading. Even about 70% of my videos are made for trading. And I think that that's fine. I absolutely love trading. I love it when content creators make videos about trading because it's so interesting to see how they go from nothing to a contraband or an unobtainable. And there's a big community revolving around trading, and I think that that's really cool. And trading is definitely one of the best things in all of Krunker. But as much as I love trading, it has been slowly seeing a decline every season of people trying to trade, and I think that that is starting to become a pretty big problem. The Krunker developers have tried their best to try to make trading as interesting and fair as they possibly could, and they did a really good job. But as more and more players play this game and are starting to get items like relics and contrabands and unobtainables, it is way harder for new players to get better items. So even though Krunker trading has a ton of benefits, I feel like it has more flaws for newer players than it has flaws for experienced players. And I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the Krunker developers, so I'm going to give out some tips for new players. If your inventory consists of just legendaries, then I recommend that what you do for a long time is just grind public matches. Trust me, this will help a lot more than trying to trade yourself up to a relic with just a few legendaries. If you can grind pub matches and save up your KR and you have enough to get a relic knife, I highly recommend getting a relic knife because it could be a really good item to start with your trading journey. This was the tactic that I went with a long time ago. I would just grind and save up KR, and then I would use it on a relic knife, and then I would get tons of offers for the relic knives, and it was just the perfect tactic to start. But if you don't think you have enough patience for that, then the next best thing is to go for demanded legendaries. These are items like faces, deagles, legendary knives. These are the best legendary items to go for that are demanded and also kind of high priced, but are perfect legendaries to start off with. So those are my two most suggested strategies on trying to start trading. If you don't do these and you just start trying to trade with bad demanded legendaries, then you will probably have no luck and you probably won't get anywhere. What I think the Krunker developers should do, just in my opinion, is try to make trading lobbies for people with certain rarities, so that people who only have legendary items can use them to trade for either another legendary or they can use it to trade for a relic. And then if somebody has enough for a contraband, they can go into the contraband trade lobby and try to trade for one. I think that this could help the traffic of Krunker trading a lot more, and this will probably, I feel like it would make more people go back into trading because they know that they now have a chance of getting exactly what item they want. Now, I don't want to sound super dramatic, but it is true and it does have to be said. Krunker trading has been declining throughout the seasons, and no one knows the exact reason, but people think that it is because that Krunker trade lobbies are just kind of irrelevant. And while I still love them, but I do still kind of get bored of them, I do think that this is true. I think that Krunker trade lobbies are declining, and it's getting less and less fun to try and trade. Now, I don't think that it's unfun. I just think that it's getting way harder to trade now. Because I remember a time where Krunker trading was the funnest thing to do, and everybody was trying to get rid of their items, and everybody was trying to get everybody's items, and it was just one really fun thing. But now that everything has a price, and now that everything has a demand and a price, it's getting more and more complicated, and more people just don't want to trade away their items because they worked so hard on getting it in the first place. But people who are holding on to their items are pretty much sabotaging the idea of trading. Now, I'm going to sound like a pretty fat hypocrite here because I am one of those people. I'm going to keep my Corolla for an extremely long time, but that kind of defeats the purpose of trading, and this is kind of why Krunker trading is declining. Now, I don't want to say that holding on to your items is a bad thing, because it's not. There are items that people have worked for months, and now that they have it, they don't want to let go because they want to keep it. But no matter what people do and what people say, I think Krunker is going to stay like this forever, people trying to hold on to their items, and Krunker trading is probably going to start getting more popular when the next season drops, because, as I said, people who have a ton of contraband and unobtainables are going to try to go for new items, and they want to see the price of everything. But I still do think that it is kind of unfair for people who are newer to the game. It makes it almost impossible for them to trade away their items. And I know that's not what they're supposed to be doing. Like, people who are newer to the game their kind of purpose is to grind for KR for a good item. At least that's what my opinion is. So when you're level 20, that's when you start trading, because I think that's when the Krunker developers think that's when you get like a relic or something. So the Krunker developers have kind of put it out there that when you reach level 20, you can start trading, because that's when you have good enough items to trade. But I feel like some people who are level 20 just don't have good enough items to trade. So I recommend just grinding KR until you do. I just hope that this like decline of trading will go away, and I do think that it will. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys, and I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Bye.